somebody just built the AI Thunderdome. Claude, Gemini, Grok, GLM, all in one place. And not only can you use them all for free, you can actually pit them against each other to see which one works best. The problem with a lot of different AI providers is they'll put out these benchmarks and nobody knows what these numbers mean. If I told you that I build houses and I was just like, look at this chart says my house is better, you'd want to know a lot more about it than that. You'd want to go and check it out and see for yourself. Like when Anthropic or Grok comes out and they show you those benchmarks, everybody kind of just takes their word for it. So today we're kind of talking about two things: how to get access to all these frontier, like bleeding edge models for free, and secondly, how to tell if they're any good or which one's the best for your use case. For that, we're going to go to Arena.ai. It's the next iteration of LMArena, which was like my favorite Discord server. How it works is AI providers give access to these folks, they open up to the public, and then we rate their responses. The important part is that it's independent. It's by a bunch of researchers from UC Berkeley, so they don't work for OpenAI, they don't work for Anthropic. Their main goal is just to settle the argument. They're split up into different categories: text, code, vision, and so forth, ranked in the same manner that we rank chess players or Pokemon Showdown, if you're familiar with ELO rating. So one model goes against another one, you rate the winner, and then it moves up the scoreboard. So the best model right now for text is Opus 4.6 thinking, code 4.6 thinking, and so forth. Not only can you see which model is best for what, you have access to this entire roster. First things first, let's go over to new chat, and up at the top, it's gonna start off with battle mode, which I think is probably the best because it's blind. You have no predispositions about what's going on with what. You can just find the best answer that suits your needs. Let's just go with it, right? Give me 5 business ideas that I could start today in Canada for $20. So Assistant A, Assistant B, it's generating their own response. 2 completely different models, but they are some of the better ones available. So let's see what we got. Hyper local food delivery, digital resume writing, social media management, car parking spot rental. This one doesn't. Snow removal, door-to-door, thrift flipping. I'm going to say B is better. And this one is Claude Sonnet 4.5 over Grok 4.1 thinking. Sweet. So next thing, we go over to new chat. We can check out what else they have to offer. So battle mode was what we just saw. 2 anonymous models. We see which one we like best. Side by side is when you compare 2 models that you pick. So you can actually shoot out Grok 4.1 against Opus 4.6 if that's what you wanted to do. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to go down to direct, and you can pick the best model for text, for code, for image, for web search. And as you can see, they've got all sorts of stuff. You can look for Perplexity, O3, the best image models. But if you look over here, it says max, where it'll intelligently route to the best model for your use case. Click on this guy. I could go write me a cold email sequence for a voice AI offer for logistics companies based in Canada. In this particular case, it was provided by Google. So that's all cool, but we'll go new chat. And if you go back to battle, you'll notice that a couple different modes open up. I'm going to go with image. I will just say generate an image of whatever, a monster climbing a tall building. Sure. It's going to do the same thing, which I think is awesome. So you can see which image generation software works better for your particular use case. You can go through a couple different iterations of this to find your absolute favorite one. I'm going to go with this guy. I think B is better. And this is Imagen 4 from Google. You can also, again, pick the direct model that you like. Nano Banana Pro, available here for free. Generates an image of a beachfront mansion, somewhere tropical, realistic, 4K. 8K, pardon me. But check it out, generating image, Nano Banana Pro, fantastic. You can download this, you can edit it, give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, regenerate, whatever. So if you look at this too, it's really important to look at the sunglasses. Those are models with vision, so you can edit, use image references and whatnot. And then the rest of these, they're already in the image category, so of course they have image generation. So there you have it. Going over here, like I said, if we go to battle, we can do video generation. Capybara, I spelled that wrong. Capybara, there's a Y in Capybara. Capybara Luchador doing a 5-star splash as cameras flash a masked armadillo. Yeah. First thing that came to mind, big wrestling fan. So again, Assistant A, Assistant B, we're going to get 2 different videos from 2 different models, and it's going to be of the top models in the text to video category. Okay, here we are. So it looks like Assistant B is way faster. Amazing. Ouch. Assistant A is taking its time. All right, while this second video is loading, I'm going to show you all what I think is the most mind-blowing of these use cases. We'll go over here. We're going to start new chat. Battle mode's still on, but I don't know if you noticed, it says code, build apps and websites. Again, A/Bing the better response, which is wild. Okay, so you can go UI, dashboard, clone different websites and apps, build games, 3D, whatever, right? This to me is bananas, where you can A/B entire apps or websites or games and probably Frankenstein some stuff together. There's something you like from column A that you can implement into column B and really get the most out of the AI coding assistant that you have. I'm not going to do that here today. I'm going to go into Direct because I already know that the coding model I like is Opus 4.6 thinking. I'm going to give it one prompt to build something that I want. I think the best place to start when you want to implement AI apps and different AI tools is with problems that you currently have. Start with your subscriptions, start with different apps you use all the time, or start with a real pain point that actually keeps you up at night. One thing I've always struggled with is I've got rather debilitating ADHD, and if I don't get thoughts out of my head immediately, they rattle around and I get distracted quite easily. So thought capture, journaling, and prioritization are not optional for me. I need to take care of that, otherwise I spin out of control. So that is something that I'm always working on. You can build your own tools and apps with AI to do that for you. I'm going to build one today based on the GSD format and Dan Martell's drip matrix to build a later base, as in things you're going to do later. Task manager that weaponizes ADHD executive dysfunction to fucking help stuff out. Anyway, so I'm going to put this in here. Away we go. So the interface changes. We've got the preview side, which is the actual app in production, and the code side, which is all the files and folders and whatnot that we need, dependencies, all that stuff. Let's see if that other video is done. There we go. What do we got? That was like a 3-star. The audio is really good in this one because it's like actually JR, but like overall this is better. Would I use? Which one did you use? I think this is VO. And this is probably LTX. Let's see what we got. Oh, there you go. Okay, so Sora 2 Pro and Grok. Anyway, fun. So back over here, let's see what we're doing. This is probably going to take a minute because it's building out the full stack application. We will come back in a while. All right, so it's done. This is the app in production. I'm going to fire it up in another window. Awesome. So the idea here is I'm just going to like write things down as they come to me and we can prioritize them. I can triage them as we go, but let's just like say brain dump, right? 3 times shorts daily. Great. It's going to be there. I can deal with it later, right? Add them a brain onto the page. This is probably my favorite, is the drip matrix. You can recategorize things and then you can still do the same thing. 3x shorts, boop. And we've got loot too, so that we can, excellent. Okay, I don't know. I think this does a bang up job. Whatever it is you want it to build, we know that the models are fantastic. Opus 4.6 is head and shoulders the best coding model right now. We already know that. Leaderboards already say that. The neat thing is we've got access to this model and its outputs for free, and we can download it. Like I've got this entire code base now in a zip file that I could put on GitHub. I could host wherever I want, right? Whether it's like Hetzner or Vercel Hostinger, or just like run it locally or whatever it is that I want to do. I could turn it into a mobile app. I could even do that here. Anyway, there's a lot of things you could do, but that's less what we're talking about. What I'm talking about is you have the ability to go in and access the absolute best models in the world completely for free. And this also gives you the opportunity to see what actually works best for your use case. So anyway, stop hiring AI based on the brochure. Get in here and start finding out what actually works best for your use cases. And when you find your favorites, start putting them to work. I'll see you in the next one.